the Big Hammock Podcast. First one coming. We have our guest today, as if they're guests. We have the first and foremost the editor and cinematographer. I wrote this stuff down.
Oh.
The movie's Todd,
Yeah.
Hellphone, Fighting a War of Their Own, from SFN Productions.
It's a tongue twister.
It is a tongue twister. Producer of the Big Hammock, Travis Cecil.
Thank you.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right. And then last but not least, we have the mind behind this whole thing. We're not here without the director, Malcolm Sear.
Woo.
And we're going to get into that mind with this podcast. Malcolm, tell us about the Big Hammock movie.
So the Big Hammock movie is a Bigfoot movie.
Okay, so
You got me in suspense now. What did I produce?
So it's funny you say that because that's pretty much how we're describing it to everybody, right? And
Bigfoot movie.
we can get our Bigfoot enthusiast hook, line, and sinker when we say that. But for the most part, the general public what's their first response to that?
What are you doing making a Bigfoot movie? So yeah, it's so I just kind of give them a little like rundown as far as it's just based around Bigfoot speculation, right? And it's centered around a YouTube podcast group that wants to get footage of the elusive creature. And it's also centered around a game warden who's investigating these animal mutilations within this town, which is called the Big Hammock, which is more like a wildlife preserve / town of its own in Central Florida swamp.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So Travis,
Yeah.
You've done more movies than what was listed off.
Yeah.
You've been in the industry for a long time. Where do you rank this movie amongst the ones that you've been involved with? Is it on the upper scale of things, or?
Yeah. That was my first. I got to sit down and watch all the footage edited, and then I walked away with going, "Wow, okay, here's a movie that's got probably the least amount of budget that I've ever seen, and what was able to be captured on film, um, right there at the end of the can. Like I'm gonna rate it a lot higher. Uh, even being around a lot of the local films that I've seen, someone coming out of the gate with this first time is actually going to be like, wow, like this is a huge surprise. And I mean, I've been on, $100,000 projects, no $1 million, nothing like that. But I mean, I got a pretty good range of where we've been on set, even comparing to some of the projects that, I personally worked on. And when I see the outcome of this and I'm like, dang, I think I need to learn from him. Like, like it's something to be proud of. It really is. And for everybody involved in everything that was done, from the run and gun to everything that Malcolm's told me from the back. And it was just like, this is something that everybody is going to be proud of when they see.
And I agree with that. I think that this movie, Malcolm was explaining, for I don't want to say normal, because I don't want to exclude the Bigfoot enthusiasts from this, but there's a lot more people that maybe not necessarily don't believe in Bigfoot than there are that do. And my point is that this movie is for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's going to be
I'll
entertaining for anybody that wants to watch it. And that's kudos to Malcolm. And I don't want to. He's not going to like this, because I'm really going to dig into his brain throughout this podcast. And I want to stick with the premise of, Something from Nothing Productions is your business.
Yes, sir.
And the name Something from Nothing obviously speaks for itself. And it kind of gets my mind frame in a sense of, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to really pull out of where this whole thing started, this movie. So, Malcolm, knowing you from middle school, and then obviously all throughout our adult years and in between. You know, as long as you've been in the entertainment industry, and I can't help but think back to the middle school days, right? Like, you know, bucking in front of, you know, having a bucking with somebody, a competition, having a circle around, you know, of a bunch of people just watching you. Even then, you wanted to be an entertainer. And, you know, I remember when you were, I don't know, we had to have been in high school. Your mom had the Windows 98, you know, computer, and you had the microphone, and you started rapping.
Mhm.
And that what I really want to talk about is the Red Room, right? Because that's what that turned into.
Right.
And I think that there's a foundational moment in this movie that goes back to the Red Room.
Mhm.
What would you say about the Red Room and how it influenced where we are today?